What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. A lot of things happening. Well, I should say a lot of things are happening this weekend if you want to look in the world of wrestling. But for Monday Night Raw, which I actually forgot this was even a go-home show tonight because I didn't even think this was a go-home show for Extreme Rules this Sunday. A lot of things happen on this show tonight. Where there's some good things. Yes, was there a lot of shit that sucked as usual. Yeah, but that's a given because it's Monday Night Raw and this show is just mostly bad in general. Was it as god awful as last week's show? However you want to take it. But maybe not all the way bad, but I should say as soon as the show started off with Roman Reigns and immediately got booed when he was walking, I guess, to the ring and Bobby Lashley showed up out of nowhere. And to show how people do not really care about these two or the match this Sunday, people chanted, "Let's go Celtics." Yes, and this most likely could be the main event this Sunday too. So, I don't know why, but yeah, it looks like nobody cared. And it was a lot of "Let's go Celtics" chants as Bobby Lashley pretty much talked to Reigns then. As Reigns wanted to told Lashley to get out of his way, Lashley said, you better not call me out. I'm going to tear you apart and stuff. So, and Lashley pretty much said, hey, I'll let you go. As Roman kicked off the show. I'm glad this wasn't another hour-long Roman show like last week. But once again, he talked about Bob. And he called out Bobby Lashley so he could kick his ass. And they had to stare down as Kurt Angle and Corbin came out as Angle told him to save it for Sunday. Next thing you know, Reigns and Lashley started brawling with each other. Then the locker room starts filling out from, Finn and Hawkins, the Titus Praying, Mojo, Rude, and as they tried to break them off. Pretty much the entire locker room emptied then. Which the brawl wasn't bad, I will say that, and the crowd was actually into it. Especially when Roman pretty much jumped off the out of the ring then and landed on about 20-30 guys out there then. As they kept brawling with each other. Reigns pretty much, he got back up and his music played then. He pretty much ran back down the ring to brawl with Lashley as they kept breaking from everybody to start beating like anybody up, it looked like. And, they just, they brawled and they kept brawling with each other. And until they, finally got them apart as Mickie James and Alexa Bliss were watching backstage as, Mickie James said, pain destruction, and Bliss is talking about pain destruction Sunday, but just to focus on the brawl itself, at least the crowd actually cared, and it really needs something for it to care because no one has cared about this feud in general ever since it began between Bob and Roman there. And, I'm surprised Roman, well, you already know what Roman's going to say coming out there, but, you expect him to talk about Brock Lesnar or something, which we'll get into that later on, since this company did not even mention the whole thing that happened this weekend with Brock Lesnar. You gotta point that out. Like, you think they would actually mention it, but they didn't. But I'll get into that later on. But the brawl itself was really good. At least it hypes up their match this Sunday. I don't know what they really win out of this Extreme Rules. Do any of them get a title shot at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar? Do they? Because was in Pittsburgh this Sunday, and I feel like the crowd is gonna hijack this match because they do not care about either one of these guys. They don't, and it'll probably end up like Money in the Bank. So does anybody care about these two? Do they really do? Tonight, yeah, but will Sunday be a difference in it? Because what do they win out of this other than who's the big dog or the yard, or is it even for a title shot? I don't even know. A feud that I'm sure everyone is tired of also. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James went against Nia Jax and Natalya. Not much to say from here. The crowd looked like they was into it in a way. I guess maybe when Jax was kind of in the ring and pretty much won the match then with a leg drop on Mickie James. Alexa Bliss came back with a kendo stick and started hitting Nia Jax and Natalya with until Jax caught the kendo stick and broke it in half as Alexa Bliss ran off. And as she went in the back then, she talked about that Alexa's full of crap. She's going to break her down this Sunday, and she can't break me, but I can break her. Hopefully this feud is over this Sunday, okay? And you know what's strange about Extreme Rules? This is the only Extreme Rules match this Sunday. The women's match. Out of all the matches, I thought it would at least be I don't know, maybe about 2, maybe 3 at least. But out of all the matches, the only Extreme Rules match is this women's title match. A feud that nobody really cares about and is dragged on. I hope it's over after this Sunday. I really do, because it's garbage. Alexa's title reign and just her getting the title this many times and damn near her herself, it's garbage. Nia Jax has just been dead in the freaking water of, I don't even want to talk about the promo last week, but this feud is garbage. Both of them are just not good at this anymore in this feud. It's just been horrible. It's dragged on too long. And the fact that Bliss is just champion again is just damn near asinine, really, to why this feud is just gone on. And I hope it's done. I really hope it's done after Sunday, because this shit is horrible. It really is. This is fucking garbage. And I'm sure we already know Rousey's going to be watching, and I don't even want to see Rousey versus Bliss at SummerSlam if that's going to be the plan. I don't want to see that, because if that's going to happen, Rousey needs to be beating Bliss in damn near fucking 1 minute, if you ask me, if that's really going to go down. But like I said, this feud is garbage, but it just surprises me that's the only Extreme Rules match this Sunday. Kevin Owens showed up, which he said he's a professional, he shows up to work, but he's not cleared to compete. And he brought a doctor's note. Why would you even come here if you're not cleared to compete? And I don't know, just don't show up in general tonight. Why are you even here? But since he's got to hide from Strowman, he's going to sit in Kurt Angle's office all night. Mojo versus No Way Jose. I don't really care. I guess Mojo's getting a push. I guess he's getting a push. So I don't know where this is going. Maybe they're really building them up. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't care about any of these two. I think both of them are really bad, just garbage in general. But are they really gonna try to push Mojo now? I don't really care. I did not care about this match, so it was kind of whatever. Seth Rollins in the back is Jinder Mahal, which I don't even think he has nothing going on for him anymore at this point. That he, like I say, he's going back to the whole pacifist like gimmick that he did when he came back. So they really knocked this guy down ever since he won the WWE Championship. So he's failed on hard, and talked about not burning it down and doing his Shandi thing and burning his soul, and Seth backed away from it. But moving on after that, the Iron Man match is Seth Rollins come out, which is the only match I'm probably looking forward to, is that Iron Man match this Sunday. Seth Rollins came out. He talked about the 30-man Iron Man, 30-minute, why did I say 30-man? 30-minute Iron Man match. And, he's had a history of nicknames: Mr. Money in the Bank, the Architect, the Man, the Kingslayer, but now he's just the former Intercontinental Champion. And he's going to change that this Sunday. He pretty much says, Ziggler will be out there. He's going to bring it, but he's going to have the giant Wookiee with him. Drew McIntyre, as pretty much Ziggler and McIntyre came out then. And he talked about, Seth. And, you're not going to walk out. Extreme Rules is the Intercontinental Champion. And, that's a nickname. But, you're not the future of this place. As Ziggler said, this is an Iron Man match. I can win 5-0, 10-0, 100-0. And Rollins said, you've been bleaching your hair too long, and you pretty much too long. As Ziggler pretty much went on to say, you're not going to take this title away from me. CrossFit's not going to help you. I have 121 wins at Kent State. How many wins was that? As McIntyre said, 121 wins at Kent State. As Rollins pretty much looked at McIntyre and said, like, who's been helping him win all those matches, huh? That's trying to stir the pot. And, you talk about going, McIntyre say we're going straight to the top. But Rollins says, you just listen to Ziggler anytime he tells you to, huh? Like, why are you taking orders from this pipsqueak right here? And, you're on a leash and everything. And then he kind of, Rollins sat there and says, I know about the photographs. Like, we know you get lonely in Scotland, but, there's many sheep to go around, okay? Was he banging sheep now? As he's a bad man, as Seth Rollins called him. As McIntyre got pissed, Ziggler tried to stop him from getting in there. And Rollins says, I accept the challenge and facing him tonight, but, Seth said he's a bad man. He says bye, bye, like a sheep mine in there. But that was a pretty good segment. I will say that. Pretty much going to Sunday. Next was Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. JoJo was back on the announcing, and Bray Wyatt was back with Matt Hardy. As you know, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel started doing the impressions, which I just swear to God, Bo Dallas just like we already know, but he just sounds so alike. He's almost like a carbon copy of Wyatt. But hey, they're brothers, so yeah, they just sound so alike. Bo Dallas went against Matt Hardy, which Matt's got to do all the matches anyway. The match wasn't bad, but this feud is just gone. So I don't know. I actually got involved. Wyatt took him out, and then Dallas hit it's like a spinning, like a net breaker off the top rope. Well, not top rope, but on the ring ropes. And once again, Matt Hardy is beaten by the B team, so the B team rack up more wins. Next, Wyatt's video thing happened, and then they're outside the ring, and then they start beating up the B team. So I don't even really know I want to win this Sunday from this tag team match, if you ask me. But I'm not even really sure. Like, who do you really want to win after this tag team match between the Wyatt and Hardy, which I feel like they've gotten cold holding tag team titles, and the B team, which is, like I said, they're the only team that's getting the biggest push in the tag team division right now. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of give or take on that one. I'll probably come with a prediction for that later on. Bobby Lashley, he pretty much was talking backstage to Renee Young. As you know, he had respect for Sami than Reigns, and he has zero respect for him, and that Reigns won't be walking out of Extreme Rules. Believe that. Tyler Breeze, which we got a lot too many injuries going on around right now. Tyler Breeze pretty much giving some fashion violation shirts to Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, and they pretty much says we riot. That's what we do. They keep. Oh, one thing I should point out too, that how cold is this whole Bayley and Sasha Banks thing? So we don't bring. They're still doing the therapy session, but they got rid of Dr. Shelby, and now it's just some random therapist, and they're talking about their feelings now, which they only went to that several times at night, but they were like quick clips. So that feud has just gone cold at this point. It was so hot a couple weeks ago with Bayley attacking Sasha, but now it's just like Dr. Shelby's one thing, and now he's gone, so it's not a comedy. So it's still a comedy segment. Now they're in the back talking about their feelings in the back. So where is this feud going to at this point? Because that's what you saw throughout half the night with that. Ronda Rousey, they talked about going to UFC Hall of Fame, which, like I said, kind of going back to the old Brock thing. They have not mentioned that Brock was even at UFC this weekend, 226, and he's the Universal Champion. You would expect them to mention the Universal Champion on there, since he cannot show up on Raw for whatever reasons, and he's just holding the belt. And now we all know he's going to, whenever that fight's gonna happen, with Daniel Cormier. And if you haven't seen it, go look it up on YouTube. And I know people making fun of it, say it sounded like a legit wrestling promo. It was funny, damn. Now I can see why they have Paul Heyman talk like, "God ain't shit, Stoic ain't shit, DC, I'm coming for you, motherfucker." And Cormier's talking about, Brock's a wrestler, but he's not gonna win. You look it up and you'll enjoy it once you see it. But whenever that fight happens with Brock and Daniel Cormier somewhere in UFC, but Brock's gotta go through the whole USDA testing pool. Like, he's got to do that first to make sure he's clean after what happened last time, and let's see if he can fight without having to take nothing this time against Cormier. But I don't know when that fight's happening, but you'd think the WWE would have actually mentioned this tonight. He's the Universal Champion. You'd think they could just mention it, but I don't know. I'm assuming he'll be back at SummerSlam. I don't even really know. I just don't know. Ember Moon went against Liv Morgan again for, I don't even know the reason why she went against her again. What was the point of this rematch? I didn't understand it. It's not much to say from here. I think it was just there to eat up time. Moon got the win, so it's like I said, it's not much to say from that match. It really isn't. So, like I said, Moon, she got the win with a roll-up, counter roll-up to get the win on Liv Morgan. So, it's not much to say from there. Finn Balor, smiling Finn Balor, I should say, was in the back as Bobby Roode. I did not, after 2 weeks, I forgot he was even there. Pretty much saying him and Finn are cut from the same cloth, and that, we're going to be victorious tonight, and they have the hair, the abs, everything. So they're in a tag match against Elias and Baron Corbin tonight. Kevin Owens was still in the back spraying air freshener around, as Ziggler and McIntyre were pretty much arguing about that. If McIntyre loses the match tonight to Rollins, he will be banned from ringside. And, Owens saying, yeah, he's taking Seth's side. And McIntyre said, you're not going to get through this mountain. Elias back with a song this week, which was really good, working on his debut album. That's how we haven't seen him in a minute. He's been in the studio. He's been putting down some tracks out there. We got that debut album coming soon. Tell me when it drops. And he sang a song talking about Boston very bad, punching him in the face. I think somebody said it was a fuck you chant when I was reading. Somebody on Twitter, they said fuck you to Elias. I thought it was pretty funny. You had to say, everybody was cheering when he went to walk with Elias. And then they brought Corbin out, who started singing with this. First off, why is this match at Extreme Rules? I think this is a pre-show match too. But how ridiculous is that he's singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider or the Itsy Bitsy Balor song, whatever he's singing to Finn Balor, like the Itsy Bitsy Balor. And like I said, this is like Cass versus Bryan 2.0, except probably worse. Hold on a second. But as I was saying, I don't know, man. This whole Itsy Bitsy, it's like I said, it's Cass versus Bryan 2.0, but the Itsy Bitsy Balor thing looks stupid. Finn and Roode dealing against Elias and Corbin. Wasn't a bad match. Corbin got the win on Roode. Damn near Roode needs to turn heel or something. Bobby Roode is just in the I don't even know what to say he's in right now. He's just in limbo. He needs to turn heel or something. I don't know what to do with him, but they need to do something, because this whole glorious thing and getting over it in face is not getting over. They have really killed this guy. This guy was the shit in NXT. Hell, he was the shit in TNA. But ever since the main roster, it's not been really going out great. And put on Raw is making it worse. Strowman went to Kurt Angle's office as Owens was pretty much hiding behind Angle at one point. As Kurt Angle then said, it's going to be a cage match between him and Owens this Sunday. Why? I don't know. And then Strowman started smelling something, and he took the air freshener and sprayed it on Owens. So he said, you reek of fear. So that's going down. Roman Reigns pretty much said that, he respects Bobby Lashley. And he saw the fire in him earlier, but he can't beat me because I'm going to take him. I have that killer instinct. And, once I'm done with Bob will be the guy somewhere else. Bellator? TNA again? I don't know. Next was probably the best match of the entire night. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, which I keep hearing now that Tyson Kidd has produced these matches. If he really has, he's doing a damn great job with this entire thing. Seth is just over, just probably the most over thing on this show, and he put on a great match with McIntyre there. The finish pretty much with Ziggler trying to come back in. He got curb stomped, and then McIntyre the Claymore kick for the win. So that was a really great match to pretty much end off the show from there. So McIntyre will still be there this Sunday at ringside with Ziggler when the Iron Man match happens. So that's gonna go down too. Like I said, this is probably the best match of the show. But just the show in general, I did not know the Extreme Rules pay-per-view was this Sunday. I did not know about it. I thought it was probably another week or two. But looking at this go-home show tonight, other than the main event was really great. The Brawl was pretty good. I will give it that. Other stuff being pretty much trying to go into the matches this Sunday. Tag match is kind of whatever. Was it a tag match? I don't even know. Dallas and Hardy, that's why we got tag matches this Sunday. But, Monday Night Raw, it's just not a lot to say from here other than trying to book matches for this Sunday Extreme Rules from a cage match and other stuff. And, I don't know, you got too many injuries going on right now. People singing Itsy Bitsy Spider. I don't know, man. It's a lot of dumb shit going on still on this show, too. But I will say it's a little bit better than last week. I will say that. Boston was somewhat a pretty good crowd. So I can give them that. But I think the most things you can really talk about on Raw tonight was either the Brawl in the beginning of the show and the main event between Seth and Galloway there. But, hey, that's my review of Monday Night Raw. I will see you guys later. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about tonight's show. Check out my G1 special in San Francisco review. I had a lot of time to talk about that. It was a great show last Saturday. Make sure you check that out. But there's been a lot of news going down. Like I said, from injuries, UFC, New Japan, everything. But like I said, was Raw still shitty at some point tonight? Yeah. Was it as god awful as last week? You can grade that on however you want to put that. But I'm just trying to point of what's the good and what's the bad about tonight's show. But hey, I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. I came and I saw. This is my review of Monday Night Raw. I will see you guys later and peace out.